Welcome back, folks. Hope you're having a great week. This week is all about running trains, and lots of trains. We're going to be running 6 simultaneous trains on the layout tonight. Maximum train action. Featuring my favorite railroad. No, not the Katy, the New York Central. And our guest of honor this evening needs no introduction. It is my favorite steam locomotive of all time, the New York Central Dreyfuss Hudson. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. My fascination with the New York Central began in 2003 with this K-Line New York Central Mikado. This was given to my dad on Christmas of that same year, and I was blown away by the sounds, the proportions, and the detail on this steam engine. I was in freshman year of college at that time, 2003, so fast forward 4 years, and my wife would end up going to New York City for graduate school. So I would go and visit her pretty much every weekend. And not only did I become fascinated with New York and its history, but as a fan of the railroads, I also got really interested in the New York Central and New York's rail history. So these two memories combined, I think really fostered the fascination that I have with the New York Central and why I have so many New York Central engines in my collection. Now we're about to talk about my favorite locomotive of all time, so I feel like we're going to need to step it up a notch and cue up the epic music. The Dreyfuss Hudson is a streamlined version of the New York Central Hudson J3. It was streamlined in 1938, and the design was developed by Henry Dreyfuss. You know, if you look at the front of the locomotive, the shroud itself, this Art Deco streamlining, resembled that of a Spartan's helmet. I think when you look at that, it creates this prominence to the entire look of the train. The train has been featured throughout history in tons of pop culture. When you look down the side of the entire train and you see that New York Central stripe going from the tender all the way through the passenger cars, it creates such an iconic image. I think when a lot of us think of the steam engine, this is one of those pieces that pops into everyone's mind. There are no surviving Hudsons from the New York Central, which add to the mystique and eerie memory of this beautiful and prominent train. The 20th Century Limited was one of the most prestigious passenger trains that ever existed. Perhaps another reason why so many of us are drawn to this locomotive and this train in general. I think this train will live on as a fan favorite for many of us, as it will for me. And if there's one engine that I could tell you I wish I could see today, it would be the Dreyfuss Hudson. To celebrate the running of my favorite railroad, let's pack as many New York Central trains onto my layout as we can. Let's look at who we're going to be featuring tonight. For my post-war and MPC enthusiasts, we are running the Lionel post-war F3 ABA engines with Lionel MPC era aluminum passenger cars. Makes for a great looking train, and nothing beats the growl of a Lionel post-war F3. On the north end of the layout, we're going to be running this brand new Lionel Legacy SW8 switcher. You probably remember this from my last video, but we're going to be pulling some special maintenance away cars. These were custom made for the Nassau Lionel Operating Engineers, based in Long Island, New York. It's a great club, and these cars are for sale if you are a Long Island fan and want some great cars for your collection. A special thank you to my friend Greg, that's O-Gauge Greg on YouTube, for sending me these cars to show here on the channel. If you're ever passing through Long Island, check this out. Huge, massive O-Gauge layout with tons of great trains. A lot of times the guys and gals from the club will come and bring their own trains, and you can see all kinds of different things running on this huge, fascinating layout. So these custom-made cars include a bunk car, a tool car, and my favorite, this Rail Sounds kitchen car, which features dialogue. You actually hear people making breakfast, and then you hear them putting things away. You hear sounds of the rail yard. And I think you actually hear the sound of somebody farting. On our main lines tonight, we are focused on New York Central steam, of course. On our outer main line, we have 3 different Lionel engines pulling these trains. Next to me here, we have the Lionel Legacy Empire State Express Hudson. One of my favorite engines, probably second only to the Dreyfuss Hudson. And then next to me over here, we have the Lionel Vision line, Hudson 5344. This is the homage to the famous pre-war 700E. And the third and last engine on our outer main line is this Lionel Vision line, Niagara. I do have the fantasy paint scheme in the 21st Century Limited colors. So if you're looking at this engine, it is not a prototypical paint job. But it is an excellent engine. It pulls a ton of cars, and I'm going to put a bunch of freight cars behind it, including part of this new pacemaker freight set that Lionel produced. Mohawk is coming soon. And of course, the star of our show, the main event, the headliner. On inner main is the MTH Premier Proto 2 Dreyfuss Hudson. What I like to do before I run, as we always know, is I use this Labelle 107 oil. I'm going to lubricate each train. Each one needs different attention, right? This new Lionel SW8 has a different type of drivetrain than some of the other switchers you may have seen in the past. Our trusty post-war F3 probably needs the least amount of attention, and it will probably outrun all 5 of these engines. And then for my steam engines, we're going to make sure that we grease all of the side rods, and we're going to also apply grease to the pickup rollers, the pilot trucks, the trailing trucks, and our drive wheels. Because if you've ever run a steam engine for a long period of time, the first thing to start squeaking is the pesky pilot truck. Every time, I'm telling you. Right here, this thing is just going to start squeaking and squeaking and squeaking. So we're going to take care of that before we get running. What I suggest, if you're looking for a good kit, is to get these Labelle kits. They include your 102 and 107 oils. So 107 is your most common, and 102 is your gear lubricant. So that's great to put on a lot of the diesel gears, and if you're going to break into your engine and go serious on your maintenance, it has options for you there. And clean track. You have to have clean track. I like this Labelle track conditioner. It works on O gauge, it works on HO, it works on N, it works on Z, it doesn't really matter. It works on everything. And it gives you the opportunity to really clean and get all of those contaminants and all that buildup that your track gets over time. But it's just how it goes. So as we always say, clean trains are happy trains. We're going to start up our Dreyfuss Hudson first, since it is the star of the night. Little whistle action. So, Proto 2 sounds. This is not the latest MTH technology, but what a fantastic running engine, scale engine, and it looks amazing. And this crew is ready to go. Let's walk around and start up these Lionel engines. Start with this Empire State Express. Oh yeah. Just can't beat those legacy sounds. Now let's walk over to our Hudson 5344. While the Dreyfuss is telling me to check the level in the tender. Here we go with this one. The 1938 one did not have that sound, but this one does. Now let's go to our Niagara. So Niagara is sitting right back by our little Lego creator town, here in the far end of the Clare Rail Yard. Start this one up. And that one's ready to roll. All right, we got a lot of sounds going in the room now, but it's about to get really loud because the Growler, the post-war F3. Post-war F3s have 2 motors and are known for being loud engines. They're also really great pulling engines, and of course, some of the most historically iconic engines Lionel ever produced. We're gonna run that right here on this channel on our Z4000 transformer. So here we go. Oh yeah. We'll watch it pop out of the mountain here. Magna traction. All the rage in 1950. There it goes. That is a fantastic train. Again, post-war F3 with MPC era passenger cars. If you can even hear me now, I don't even know if you can hear me now. It's coming around one more time. Here it comes. Oh yeah. You can already smell that classic post-war Pullmore motor smell. All right, we're gonna move them all out. Enjoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Empire State Express
Tonight's video was a lot of fun. I love getting the chance to run a lot of different trains and being able to share a little bit about why I like the New York Central and to be able to run some of my favorite engines was just a great joy for me. As always, a huge thank you to all of my subscribers and to everyone who's been supporting this channel. My name is Chris, and this is RBP Trains. We'll see you next time.